You're listening to Operation Self Reset with Jake Naraki. Let's get started. What is going on, you freaking awesome people? Welcome back to Operation Self Reset. My name is Jake Naraki, coming to you live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where each and every week we dive into a different topic in the world of personal development. Today is an awesome topic, talking about the scars that you and I carry with us on a daily basis. Now, last week we talked about mental illness and how that can derail us from who we are in our journey. And it's not so much a podcast to identify what you have as a mental illness, but it's more of to get in alignment of who you are and where you're going. And to kind of piggyback off that, today we're going to talk about the scars that you and I carry on a regular basis. Now, these scars may or may not be something that you witnessed or experienced through an injury. A lot of people that get in car accidents, sport injuries, just walking around, ailments, from cancer or things gross in the body, they have scars, right? Those are obvious. There was an issue and a reason why a doctor or surgeon, somebody had to go on in and remove something or fix something. That is obvious. But it's not so much the scars that we display from an elbow or torn up knee. The scars can be in all different shapes and sizes. They can be in the form of a mental issue, a mental condition, an injury, like I stated, a disabling feature, or a disabling issue that is going on internally. And it doesn't have to be in the form of a mental illness. It could be disabling, something that you can witness from the external, or a disabling thing that maybe your intestines doesn't produce the right bacteria for you to digest the right amount of food. Or the loss of love, the loss of people, the loss of things, a broken heart. And as we know that these scars truly do come from all different aspects of us living. One common theme that I like to say in this show is to remind all of us that there is a reason why we're here. Along with that, the journey that we take is unique and different, unlike anybody else that we will ever experience. Of course, there will be people that have gone through the same things, but it's not our life to live through them. It's our life to live the life that we're currently living. And in that, you are going to come across issues and scars that debilitate you inside and outside. And so the question is, do you show your scars? Are you that type of person that wears a cut-off t-shirt to show that you had shoulder surgery? Are you the individual that if you get a tattoo on your high upper thigh, are you going to wear pants or shorts that allow you to show it off? And the reason why I bring in tattoos is because tattoos are a display of art, but they're also a display of identity, of who you are. The same with a scar of some point, some type. So it depends, are you that type of person that really enjoys showing off the journey that you have witnessed? Every once in a while, obviously, there are pictures of soldiers, people that have gone and done some pretty crazy things, and they are showing a amputated arm or leg or something like that. But majority of the time, walking around the world, you're not going to see that because they're going to cover it up. And so the reason why I ask this to you is to see, are you using these scars to prove to people that you're tougher than they think you are, to show that you've been through some things, to show that you're unique and you've gone through a unique journey? Why do you choose to show that? And I'm not judging you if you show it or not. I don't say I don't care, but I just want to know, for you to reflect on who you personally are. Do you believe that it's necessary for you to show your scars? Is it a reminder to yourself? Is it a reminder to you to embrace the day, to live life to the fullest, to take everything as an amazing experience as opposed to a hindrance? There's a couple ways to look at it. And the question for you is, when you do have those scars, do you show them? When you have those internal scars, do you talk about them? When you have those internal scars, Are you talking to that? Are you talking about them in hopes that these people can relate to them and get over them? And maybe by you talking about it will allow you to open up the door to other things? I don't know. But all that we need to do is to remember of who we are here and now. The scars that are on us or inside of us, or we witnessed or have done, completed, whatever you want to call it, is part of us. It's part of our journey. And to move forward towards what we want, joy, happiness, success, money, fame, that thing, just desire to be connected, those are with us for the long haul. Those scars are going to be with us. And unfortunately, if you do have a scar or something that is disabling you, unfortunately, your journey is going to be maybe a little tougher than somebody that does not have a disabling scar. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do it. That doesn't mean that because of what you went through, there's no possible way that you're going to be able to complete task A, B, C, or D. All that means is that you have yourself a unique journey in front of you. If you choose to take the path of least resistance, then things are going to be easy and you may not be fulfilled. But if you choose to take the path where there's going to be thorns and thick woods and swamps and rivers and mountains and valleys and heat and cold, that's going to make a fulfilling lifestyle. There's a book that I read my children. It's called Going on a Bear Hunt. And it says, we're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. I'm not scared. Oh, no, a swamp. A ooey gooey swamp. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. Oh, no, we got to go through it. It's funny that I'm referencing children's books in the idea of a podcast to assist you in your journey, but the truth lies within the text. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. Oh no, you got to go through it. And to get where you want to go, even if it is just to be a little happier than what you were before, you got to go through the junk to get there. It's not an easy process. Waking up, trying to be happy on a regular basis is tough. Waking up early to work on yourself is tough. Going to the gym and actually working out to the point that you're sweating a little bit, that you're actually getting a good hearty workout in, is tough because it's so easy to go to the gym and sit and play on your phone while you walk on the treadmill for an hour and you don't feel like you really accomplished anything. Now, obviously that's a slippery slope. I'm not saying for the individuals that go to the gym and all they do is walk on a treadmill, but you understand the difference between a rewarding workout as opposed to a workout of I just went there, I did what I had to do, and I went home. The same with moving through your life and your lifestyle. There are a lot of things that we can embrace and we can have a quality lifestyle, or we can kind of go through things. And if you want to just go through things, that is up to you. But because you're listening to this podcast, I'm going to push you a little bit. And I challenge you to go through the path that's going to be a little harder. Now, smoke, for example, we'll use this as a little breakup example here. If you were to light your couch on fire, hopefully you don't, smoke is going to occur out of the combustion of the heat, burning the melting the whatever you want to call it, the fabric, the fake leather, the leather, whatever. That's going to create an energy. The energy is released in the form of smoke, which is basically the decaying of that fabric or leather or what have you. Smoke is unique because obviously the only reason why smoke is able to rise is because there's heat in there. We know that hot air rises to the top, cold air drops to the floor. In the idea of your couch is on fire, and it starts to heat up, it starts to burn, smoke starts to happen. The smoke will go up as high as it can until it's restrained by something. That something in this example is going to be a ceiling. The ceiling is not going to have the smoke just stop there. The smoke is going to follow a path of least resistance. It will cover the top of the ceiling until it finds an escape through a hallway, escape through a window, escape through a crack in the wall, or what have you. And that smoke will carry on until it reaches an atmosphere where obviously it allows it to carry out until outside, and then obviously the heat retracts, gets colder, it sinks down, the smoke dissipates in the air, and obviously that's the lifestyle of smoke. But smoke is interesting, and smoke is funny because smoke will find its way into everything because it's lazy. It's a lazy kind of thing or person, if you want to call it that, and it will try to follow the ceiling until it finds an easy path to get out. The thing about smoke, though, is that we know that if there's a little bit of smoke, chances are there's going to be a lot of smoke. And if you're in a situation where your couch is on fire, that couch is going to burn up completely, and that is going to create a massive amount of smoke. So even though the smoke is being lazy, it's still going to create a massive amount of damage into your home. Smoke damage, that's a real thing. The smoke will build up in a room until it basically banks down to about maybe 3 or 4 inches off of the ground, and it can pretty much destroy everything in your home, in your room, what have you. Now, smoke is not like you and I. Smoke is just looking for the easy path. Smoke is lazy. Smoke will just wait it out. It'll hover, it'll swirl, it'll wait until there is an escape of some kind, somehow, that's going to happen in front of it. But for you, you're not like smoke. For you, you're an individual that is looking for a path for that joy, that happiness, that success in any aspect, whatever it may be for you. And the question I have for you is, are you willing to go through the path of a little more resistance? You're going to have to open the door. You're going to have to get in the car. You're going to have to drive. You're going to have to do things that you think that you need to do to accomplish the task at hand. The reason why we look at successful people in such a light, in such a like, wow, these people are brilliant, isn't because they're different than you and I. The only reason why is because they're willing to sacrifice the things that you and I are not willing to sacrifice. Elon Musk, when he got his start, he slept in his office when he was building PayPal. A lot of people would not do that. You think, well, I have a family, well, I have to go to the gym, well, I have to, pay my bills, I have to have an apartment, all those different types of things. Elon Musk was willing to do the things 98% of people are not willing to do, and that's sleep at your desk for months on end to see this technology company through PayPal, which obviously it did, and he sold, and they made a lot of money off of. But because of his start of deciding to do the things not a lot of people are willing to do, he got paid an extraordinary amount of money, unlike anybody else has ever gotten before, because of what he was able to accomplish. Now, I'm not saying go to your work and sleep there, but what I'm saying is if you do things outside of your normal aspect of your life, great things will come to you. The question is, what is your definition of normal? And all it really matters is, the definition is what you do on a regular basis. Because there is no standard definition of normal. But if what you do on a regular basis is your normal, we'll just, what your standard living currently is your normal. Okay? That is your normal. If you're willing to do something outside of that normal in a good, positive way, that will elevate your life guaranteed. What do I mean by that? Your normal is that you wake up at 6, you eat a sugary cereal, you watch the news, you drink your coffee, you take a shower, you get ready for work, and then you go to work. Okay, we'll just capture that little moment right there as normal. If you want to be not normal, to change it up for you, would be to wake up at 5:30, to maybe read a book on whatever success you're trying to reach, and or go to the gym. Instead of eating the sugary cereal, you eat oatmeal with banana and fruits and nuts, and you have, instead of coffee, you have yourself a herbal tea because you don't want to use the stimulants to accelerate your body to get yourself out of a funk to allow you to move in the direction that you want to go. Then you arrive at work feeling fulfilled because you worked on your body, you worked on your mind, you had a healthy breakfast that wasn't going to allow you to crash. You're going to be more successful at work. Because you're more successful at work, possibly you're going to have more opportunities for promotional exams and or avenues for you to move in the right direction. Now, that is going outside of your normal. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to change up your normal? Because the fight that my wife and I get in all the time is, well, normal people do this. Now, bringing my world a little bit, I work for the fire department. I work 24-hour shifts, so I leave at 8. Well, I leave my house at 7 o'clock in the morning. By the time I come back to home to my house, will be the next day around 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so I'm gone for 25 and a half hours. Okay, until I come home. So my wife, because she's a great woman and she basically judges our lifestyle to others, she believes the normal routine is that both people leave at 8 a.m., they both go to their job, they both come home at 5 p.m., they eat dinner as a family, they do laundry, they do the things that are needed, they take their kids around, and that's her definition of normal. But for us, our normal is different. So our normal is what I told you. I work 25 and a half hours. She has to do her thing, unfortunately, alone some nights, and we make it work. But that's our normal. So if I wanted to change up our normal so we could be beneficial, it would be to change up our normal routine because our normal is different than your normal. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. But getting back to the idea here of your scars. Your scars are basically an identity of who you are. Feel free to use them to remind yourself, or feel free to inspire others with your scars. And your scars are only sacred and amazing to you. Of course, people will be inspired by your scars depending on what your story is and how you depend on how to share it. But remember, the journey that you've gone through to get to this point is yours and only yours. Use your scars the way that you would like to fulfill your destiny. I can't even say it. I'm going to pass up the word. Your Oh my gosh, what is going on with me right now? I'm freaking out. To fulfill yourself in the journey that you want. Again, scars come in different shapes and sizes, but don't let the scars hold you back of what is potential for you, your family, and who you choose to become. So with that being said, I appreciate your time. I'm going to go work on my vocabulary right now. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of Operation Self Reset. And if there's anything that I can do for you guys, please leave me an email, jake@operationselfreset.com. And until next week, Wednesday, go out there and be freaking awesome. We'll see you guys.